Welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Mosquera is in London to do his Arsenal medicals. We've got confirmation of that, and those medicals will be taking place today on Wednesday. The medicals have already been booked as revealed by Fabrizio Romano. But Arsenal have also booked medicals for Victor Gyökeres this week because Mikel Arteta is still hopeful that Arsenal will get that deal over the line today and also fly with the player into Asia for pre-season. We'll be talking about Nwaneri. According to David Onstein, Arsenal are in the final stages of signing Nwaneri to a new deal. He never wanted to leave. He just wanted guaranteed minutes. We'll be talking about that. And of course, there is talk of Xavi Simons. The Arsenal are looking at Xavi Simons as an alternative to Gyökeres. Obviously, the price of Xavi Simons is a little bit better. We are being told that Xavi Simons could cost around 50 million euros to 65 million euros. That deal could be done this summer. Should Arsenal walk away from Eze and do the Xavi Simons deal based on the prices of the player? Obviously, Simons is a very, very good player as well. Can play on the left side, can play on the right side, can be a number 10. But Eze, Premier League proven, I think he's got a lot of history in the Premier League. He's got a lot of history with Arsenal, and he's a rich player in terms of what he can offer. But I want to compare the two players in this video. We'll be talking about Eze, we'll be talking about Xavi Simons. Should Arsenal look in the direction of Xavi Simons, or should Arsenal really look in the direction of Gyökeres? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Join the conversation in the comment box below. Eze or Xavi Simons, what do you think? Be respectful. Obviously, Xavi Simons is a player that is still a little bit younger than Eze, but as well, if Arsenal got him, he's got a lot to offer. We've seen him for with the Dutch. We've seen him for a couple of other clubs, Leipzig, PSG, I think PSV and Hoven. He's such a very, very good player. If Arsenal can get him instead of Eze, it wouldn't be the best deal in the world, but it wouldn't be the worst deal in the world either as well. But let's get into it. Let's start off with that big story on Mosquera, and this is according to Fabrizio Romano. Arsenal and Valencia have exchanged all the documents for Mosquera deal, and the defenders' medicals have been booked for tomorrow, which is today. This is a story that Fabrizio Romano actually broke yesterday, and he says that the medicals of Mosquera will be taking place today at the Emirates Stadium and the Arsenal headquarters. Now, what I can confirm as well, apart from this, Fabrizio also said that Mosquera is in London. A delegation was waiting for Mosquera yesterday. He arrived in London, and we have confirmation that he's already in London. He was picked up by an Arsenal delegation at the airport, and he is going to do his medicals today as part of his move to the club. He confirmed yesterday that he has left Valencia, and he says, "This is my home. It will always be my home, and one day I might actually come back here. I live as a man. I arrived here at 12, just 12 years of age, and now I'm living at 21. Came as a boy, living as a man, and new chapter fully at Arsenal." So Mikel Arteta, once again, that's another player that is going to have to work with during preseason. He's a lucky man, Mikel Arteta, isn't he? He's a very, very lucky man, because I don't think that with Edu, this amount of work would have been done. The quality of the work, the speed at which we've done signings, and the fees that we have actually done the signings for, I don't think this really happens under Edu. Because the biggest Edu has ever done in one transfer window is it's like 4 signings. Was it 4 signings in one summer, or 5 signings, right? But you look at Andre Bata, he's done 6 signings. He's still looking at more. He's now looking at sales, and he's also extending player contracts. Nwaneri is on the verge. We're going to be talking about him. Saka is on the verge. Saliba is on the verge. Gabriel has signed. What a guy. I don't know how his team is working, but this is surely vividly better than what we had with Edu. And Edu was a good sporting director, and Edu is responsible for the team that we have right now. And it's going to be a little bit, I say, unlucky or unfair to Edu that Arsenal start winning trophy after trophy after trophy without Edu around, because he built this team. He built the Arsenal we know right now and the Arsenal we know today. But I think Andrea Bartz has just upgraded this team. He has just upgraded the way we do business. He's ruthless in the market. He doesn't overpay. He doesn't miss out on his number one targets or number two targets. He's going to get his man at the right price. And the bulk of work he's done is very, very impressive. So, medicals today. For Christian Mosquera, he will be part of preseason, and we should be able to see what Mikel Arteta really has in mind for Christian Mosquera. I mean, a few people are saying he's going to be playing at right back. A few people are saying he's going to be playing at right centre back. I honestly think he's a right centre back who will also be playing at left centre back. I think Calafiori and Skelly will be competing with each other at left back with Zinchenko gone. Jakub Kiwior might leave as well. And then we shall have Calafiori and Skelly at left back. Then we shall have Gabi and Saliba at centre back. And those will be deputized by Christian Mosquera. And then maybe someone like a Ben White. And then at right back, you have Julian Timber, who can be deputized by Ben White as well. The defense at Arsenal is the most built part of the team. It's the most developed part of the team in terms of talent, in terms of numbers, and also in terms of general quality. It's the most developed part of the team, and that shows you the idea and the ideology that Mikel Arteta has as a manager. I want the defense to be as strong as possible, right? Because if I look at the weak links in our defense, Tomiyasu's injuries have gone. We have deducted that. Calafiori can't defend wide areas. He can't defend huge spaces. And he's also terrible in 1v1. And you also need to upgrade on someone like Kiwior. Those are the three weak links. But you look at Skelly, brilliant. Timber, brilliant. White, brilliant. Saliba and Gabriel, brilliant. Now Mosquera, brilliant. So, 6 defenders that Mikel Arteta can trust to play across the back line. And 6 defenders that Mikel Arteta can trust to play the whole campaign. Now, Arsenal have already booked medicals for Victor Gyökeres, who they believe will be an Arsenal player even during preseason in Asia. The preseason tour in Asia kicks off on the 23rd of this month, and we shall be starting with AC Milan. I beg for your correction. We are not playing AC Milan, Newcastle, and Tottenham. We are playing AC Milan, Tottenham, and Newcastle. It will be AC Milan first, Tottenham second, and Newcastle third, right? You can confirm that with the Arsenal website, and the you can just go into Arsenal into Google and type in Arsenal. They will bring for you the Arsenal fixtures as they come. But what we can confirm is that Gyökeres' medicals have been booked. There is a talk that his medicals might happen tomorrow on Thursday or Friday. I'm going to confirm that, and of course I'll be letting you know in the next episode. But what I can confirm is that Mikel Arteta is still very eager and very optimistic to have Victor Gyökeres as part of preseason this coming Saturday. He wants to fly out with Victor Gyökeres this coming Saturday. And for me, like I've always said, it is important that Gyökeres, Zubimendi, and Mosquera be part of preseason, because I know that Eze and Rodrigo might not be part of early preseason. They might be part of the last 2 games we play. That is Atletico Bilbao and I think Villarreal. Those are the 2 games that Rodrigo might be part of, and maybe Eze might be part of as well. But when it comes to the most important signings at Arsenal this summer, it is Christian Mosquera, it is Martin Zubimendi, and Victor Gyökeres so far. Why? Because with Gyökeres, you're literally having to play with a number 9 that is a little bit different, actually very, very different in terms of profile to Kai Havertz. So Arsenal have got to adapt to Victor Gyökeres. But also at the same time, Gyökeres has got to adapt to the Premier League and adapt to Arsenal as well as a team. You know, Arsenal is a very tight-spaced team in possession. We always utilize, tight spaces. We want our players to be very comfortable in tight spaces. So if you're bringing in Gyökeres and one of his tools, actually his major weapon, is huge spaces and runs in behind into space, you've got to train him a little bit more so that he's comfortable with the space that he's comfortable with, but he's also very comfortable in tight spaces as well. And then when you think about Martin Zubimendi is the metronome of this Arsenal team. He's the new metronome of this Arsenal team. He's like what Partey is like what Rodri is at Manchester City. He's what Ryan Gravenberch is at Liverpool. What you want with Martin Zubimendi, you want him to start developing those relationships a little bit earlier on. And by the time we play Manchester United, we have 5 games between now and Manchester United. By the time we play Manchester United, we should be able to see what is Martin Zubimendi's relationship with Odegaard, what is his relationship with Declan Rice, and what is his relationship with the likes of with the likes of Saka, with the likes of Martinelli. With Partey, what we saw, he was very comfortable, receiving the ball and then shifting to the right hand side and into the right hand space. So he would pass into Odegaard a lot of the time. He would pass into Saka a lot of the time. With Martin Zubimendi, though, right? With Martin Zubimendi, when he picks up the ball, he shifts to the left-hand side. Like, he doesn't really receive the ball from the middle of the park. Doesn't love to do that. He loves to receive the ball in the number 3, right? And him receiving the ball in the number 3 obviously does a couple of changes. It creates a lot of changes at this Arsenal team. First and foremost, Lewis Kelly, because Zubi is now receiving the ball in your position, Lewis Kelly will be shifting into midfield. We know Lewis Kelly loves to play in midfield, right? And of course, Lewis Kelly moving into midfield, that pushes Declan Rice a little bit further forward. And for Zubimendi to be on the left-hand side, it means he sees the whole picture of the game. He can see Saka over there. He can see, Odegaard over there. He can see the whole picture. Now, Arsenal need to adapt to the game of Martin Zubimendi. And actually, I would say, I pray so much that that Zubimendi doesn't adapt to what Arsenal were last campaign, but Arsenal adapt to what Zubimendi is. It's going to be a very different Arsenal. It's going to be a very enjoyable Arsenal to watch. Noni Madueke should be announced today. We have confirmation of that. He was to be announced yesterday, but we don't know what happened. So he should be announced today as an Arsenal player. Now, David Ornstein has also just confirmed that Arsenal are in the final stages of this Ethan Nwaneri deal. And he says that Arsenal are now in the final stages of talks to renew Ethan Nwaneri. Major interest from Premier League and abroad, but the player always prioritized staying at Arsenal. No game time demands during discussions set for a more central role. Oh, this is interesting. Ethan Nwaneri is not asking for more game time. He's not asking for game time. I thought that we were having problems with renewing him because of game time. And here we are. David Ornstein, very reliable, by the way. And he's saying that there were no demands, not discussions, but demands for more game time during the discussions. Why was the deal reaching delicate stage? Because this again was reported by James McNicholas, who is a very, very close partner to David Ornstein. I think David Ornstein will have known about the delicate stages. He will have known about maybe the deal in danger. And he says there was interest from Premier League clubs. We know Chelsea were interested, and also abroad, we know Borussia Dortmund were interested as well. But again, you've got to ask the question. When Ghana Blog said the discussions were at a delicate stage, well, delicate really doesn't mean that they're breaking off. Delicate doesn't mean that the player is refusing to sign. Maybe they were delicate for one or two other reasons, but not that he wanted to leave, okay? But David Ornstein says that calm down. He's going to be renewing with Arsenal very, very soon. And then there is talk about Xavi Simons. So there is a story from German that Xavi Simons is going to go for 65 million euros to 75 million euros. But if a good offer comes in, RB Leipzig are willing to negotiate for anything below 65 million euros. And there's a price that has been quoted, and I don't believe it, but they're saying 50 million euros. Now, that got me thinking. Xavi Simons for 50 million euros is despicable. Like, go and get him. Go and get him. 40 million euros. Sorry, 50 million euros. And again, I don't think this is true. I don't think this is true. RB Leipzig may be desperate. I don't think so. I think they have one of the best networks in the world. They can go to RB, they can go to Red Bull Salzburg in Austria and pick up players that they actually want. They run a multi-club ownership model where they can just source players from their other clubs. I actually don't think Xavi Simons is worth 50 million. I think he's one of the players that I can confidently say he's worth 80 million euros and above. But if he's worth 80 million, if he's going to go for 50 million euros, definitely Arsenal have got to look into that direction. Because one, if you're Arsenal and you're going to spend a lot of money on Rodrigo, this is a massive opportunity. This is a massive opportunity for you to go and sign Xavi Simons for less than 60 million euros or for less than 60 million pounds. It gives you a massive chance to save some money and go and do the Rodrigo deal. But if you honestly ask me, who would I take between the two, Eze or Xavi Simons? I like Xavi Simons, but Eze for me is a different beast. Eze is a different beast. Like, if I compare those guys in terms of Eze and the numbers he's accumulated in English Cup competitions, the Premier League itself, I would take Eze all day. But Simons is a very interesting player, very versatile, plays in a couple of positions. I would love him at Arsenal, but I don't think it's happening this summer. Certainly not this summer.